Hey, Universe, happy Friday night to you, and welcome to Late Night with the Utopian Baseball Universe. We've got the Phillies and Mets tonight. I know the Mets have been breaking my heart lately on these telecasts. That big comeback against Boston, thwarted by Rafael Devers. Again, let's try it again. Let's see if we can get them on track. If you're a Phillies fan, of course, you disagree with that sentiment. But let's get you the lineups. Phillies and Mets tonight. First for the Phillies, second base, leading off Juan Samuel. Batting second, the center fielder is Shane Victorino. Batting third in right field, Ed Delahanty. At third base tonight is Mike Schmidt. Batting fifth is the first baseman, Chuck Klein. Batting sixth is the catcher, J.T. Realmuto. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. Batting eighth in left field, Gary Maddox. And pitching and batting ninth for the Phillies, Robin Roberts. For the Mets, who just got swept by the Red Sox, leading off is the shortstop, Jose Reyes. Batting second, the third baseman, David Wright. Batting first tonight, first baseman, Pete Alonso. Batting fourth is the catcher, Mike Piazza. Batting fifth, right fielder, Michael Conforto. Batting sixth at second base, Edgardo Alfonso. Batting seventh is the left fielder, Jeff McNeil. Batting eighth is the center fielder, Lenny Dykstra. And pitching for the Mets and batting ninth, Jacob deGrom. So once again for the Phillies, we have Samuel, Victorino, Delahanty, Schmidt, Klein, Realmuto, Rollins, Maddox, and Roberts. For the Mets, Reyes, Wright, Alonso, Piazza, Conforto, Alfonso, McNeil, Dykstra, and deGrom. Let's take you out to Citi Field for Late Night with the Utopian Baseball Universe, Phillies and Mets. Danny Pearson's in the ballpark tonight.
Jacob deGrom, a right-hander from Florida, gets the ball as the starter here. And please, Zach, what's the word on him?
Go Mets indeed. Mets trying to end a big losing streak.
Stepping up is Gene Segura, and we are set.
All right, we are underway here at Citi Field. Juan Samuel facing Jacob deGrom. It's Late Night with the Utopian Baseball Universe.
Now a swing and a miss on the slider as the leadoff man is set down.
deGrom gets a strikeout to start the game.
Really impressive pitching right there. Sometimes as a pitcher you can get frustrated when you make a good pitch and you don't get that call from the umpire. But what does he do? He comes back with a good pitch and gets the strike.
All right, Shane Victorino, the batter. 1-1 count here. Cool evening, 48 degrees.
Ready on 1 and 2. Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2 and 2. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going.
Steve Palermo behind the plate today, the crew chief.
Hit in the air down the left field line. Left fielder is on the move. He gets there. And that's the
Squirrel
second
makes
out.
the play.
Next to dig in will be Bryce Harper.
Ed Delahanty, the right fielder tonight for Philadelphia. Looking at a 3-1 count here.
Just behind the fastball there, 2 strikes now.
This pitcher's feeling the flow right now. 2 outs in the first inning. He's got really nice mechanics working right now.
Delahanty with a 2-out single. That'll bring up Michael Jack Schmidt
Now that had to feel good because it
with his
was
suave mustache.
hit your bat. Show track tells us he blasted it out there at 150.
Just a note, I was planning on going live tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. We're going to cancel that show. We'll reschedule it soon. I can't type. So to prep for that show, I was going to do a lot of typing tonight. I can't do it. Cut my finger tonight. So we'll reschedule that maybe for next weekend. I still plan on spinning the wheel and getting a team in the universe 6 wins next week. We'll do that probably Sunday. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see how everything's going. I tried using a straight razor for the first time tonight, and in trying to get the razor in the equipment, I cut myself pretty bad. Delahanty with a stolen base.
Well, that's a good point, man, but I'd be a little surprised if that's the case. It's still early in the game as tied, so that would be a pretty cautious move to pitch around him here or just walk.
Schmidt down on strikes. 2 strikeouts for DeGrom in the first. Reyes, Wright, and Alonso coming up for the Mets. It's late night with the Utopian Baseball Universe.
Robin Roberts, a right-hander from Illinois, will be the starter here. What's your take on him, man?
Hey, this ought to be fun to watch in this one here today. A guy with over 2,000 career strikeouts. Think about it.
Robin Roberts threw a no-hitter in the Utopian last year,
Hopefully he'll bring some of that in this one.
facing Jose Reyes here in the first.
Lindor now. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. And it's fouled away. Pulled toward right center field. Segura is there.
Juan Samuel's going to make the play.
One away. No one on with 1 down, and the switch hitter Jonathan VR will be the next to bat.
Again, you got to use your imagination, folks. This is David Wright. Not a lot I can do to
Here it comes. Turned on.
make a ton of edits without spending hours at it. 3-2 count to Wright. Alonso on deck.
And he missed with that one. It's ball 4.
So Wright draws a walk. Pete Alonso. He'll be followed by Mike Piazza. Robin Roberts not happy with that.
So here's Pete Alonso. First shot from him here with a runner at first now and 1 away. VR, base runner at first with 1 out.
By the way, I know
And he looks at one in there.
you would think I'm supposed to be kind of impartial here. I'm totally biased. Mets need a win tonight. I believe they've lost 5 straight coming into tonight. They have the worst record in the universe. We need to get the Mets a win tonight.
In the dirt. The tag, and he is safe.
And Wright is in there. That's a wild pitch.
The pitcher being a little too preoccupied.
No stolen base there.
Was focused on making the pitch and throws an absolute scud.
So the Mets have runner in scoring position with 1 out. 2-2 count to Alonso. Alonso down on strikes. Mike Piazza, the batter. Piazza lines to Rollins to end the inning. No score after 1. Late night with the Utopian Baseball Universe. Phillies and Mets, no score.
New inning set to get underway, and here comes the first baseman, Reese Hoskins.
First baseman tonight for the Phillies, Chuck Klein, facing DeGrom, who had 2 strikeouts in the first inning.
Strike 2 slinging.
Got a good one tomorrow, folks. Leon Day versus Doc Gooden. The series will conclude on Sunday with
Now a fastball.
Grover Cleveland Alexander
It's 2-2 now.
We just saw a
versus
right there.
John Matlack.
He tries to get this guy to go fishing right here and drops a little off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Base hit.
Line drive base hit to left field.
Leadoff single for Klein. Here's Real Muto. Real Muto, of course, struck out to end the Mets' no-hitter last week.
JT Realmuto.
A week ago
He's got it.
today.
Second for one. On to first and
3-6-3 double play. That's what I'm talking about.
First baseman has to make. No problem this time, though, and they get the 2 outs they were looking for.
stepping in now, Freddie Galvis. Fouled away.
Jimmy Rollins, the batter.
Now another 2-2. He got him.
Another strikeout for DeGrom. That's 3 through 2 innings. No score.
Go to the bottom of the second. No score.
Kid Conforto.
Set to go, and that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Michael Conforto.
He's going to miss the 2022 Major League season. He's a free agent. But starting tonight in right field for the Mets. Darryl Strawberry getting a night off tonight.
No offer on that. 2 balls and a strike.
Robin Roberts is, I never saw him pitch in real life. But
On the ground to third.
his delivery kind of reminds me of David Cohn a little bit.
There for out number 1.
Not sure how accurate that is. Edgardo Alfonso, the batter. He's the second baseman tonight for the Mets.
And now here is Javier Baez. 1-1, here it comes. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing.
That's not a pitch he misses very often. He knows he should have done something with that one.
The 1-2 to Alfonso.
Fly ball right down the line and left.
Playable for Maddox.
There to take it in is McCutcheon now for out number 2. Jeff McNeil will
Here's Jeff McNeil, the squirrel, playing left field tonight.
2 gone in the bottom of the second.
Professional hitter he is.
1-1 home. Squared that one up just a little late.
Phillies and Mets, one of I think 6 major league games rained out tonight. So I'm sure we'll have a number of doubleheaders tomorrow, I'd imagine.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Number 37 is under it, and he makes
Inning over.
number 3.
We head to the third. Still no score here from Citi Field, Phillies and Mets. Late night with the Utopian baseball universe. I know I mention this pretty much every telecast. I love how everyone essentially has the same face on these video games, the fans I'm speaking of. So much detail for the players, but all the fans have essentially the same face. That is foul.
This will land in foul territory. Still 1-2. Into the windup and the pitch. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2.
So you'd love for him to offer at that one.
2-2 to Maddox.
Was flawless. Nice curveball that starts in the zone.
Another strikeout for the Degrominator. That's 4.
So he gets the swinging strikeout on the changeup. Andrew McCutcheon goes down for the first out here in inning number 3.
Here's Robin Roberts.
Into the box, Robin Roberts. Hit on the ground toward the left.
Reyes makes the play. Juan Samuel, former Met, starting at second tonight for the Phillies. He struck out to start the game.
Sugar behind on a 1-2 count.
Ooh, that was some gas. Triple digits on the radar gun.
And that misses 2-2. Into the corner and slicing foul. Another try at 2-2. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Nimble
Playable for Dykstra.
He's there to track it down.
All right.
That'll end the inning.
Bottom of the third, still no score. Hey, Sunday morning's Mother's Day spent with the Utopian baseball universe. 9 a.m. We've got the Expos and Orioles. Dennis Martinez versus Dave McNally.
Bottom of the third now, and ready to bat next.
Sure, there's nothing Mom would like better than to spend 25 minutes with the Utopian baseball universe.
Now the 2-1.
Presented by Out of the Park.
Yanked on the ground down the line. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Now at the plate, Jacob DeGrom.
All right, Jacob DeGrom, we know he can handle the stick.
Number 3, 0-0 our score.
Drafted as a shortstop.
Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact.
One of the reasons I hate the universal DH. We'll never get to see him hit again.
He swung on and missed, he got him.
Strikes out here in the third.
Well, there's nothing better from a pitcher standpoint than watching that high fastball, a high piece of cheese, swung in and missed. That pitch looks so inviting to hit, but it's always tough to put in play.
All right, Jose Reyes, the batter. He's 2-1 count here.
Francisco Lindor. A 3-ball, 1-strike count to the Mets shortstop.
This is a good at bat so far here with 2 away. If you're going to go down 1, 2, 3, at least make the guy work for it. He's doing that. He's even gotten himself into a good hitter's count now.
3-1 is a fastball, and he can't connect.
Full count to Reyes. If he were to reach, David Wright is on deck.
Count and you get a fastball, those are the ones you really want to punish. Couldn't get the bat on it, so we'll see if that comes back to haunt him.
Mets are still looking for their first hit of the ballgame. Starting to go.
Oh, and they ring him up.
Down to third, and ring him up, says the third base umpire. He's gone.
Inning over.
In order, go the Mets. Well,
Clean inning for Roberts. No score. 4th inning.
digging in will be number 37. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
I know we're not seeing a lot of offense in this one, but there's still some game left. I'm looking to see these guys, both offenses, make some notable adjustments in the dish and try and scratch a few runs across.
Still all zeros in the run column here in the fourth inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
3-1 to him now. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating and feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Down the left field line and deep. And it's a foul ball. Now the 3-2 pitch is swung on and missed.
Another strikeout for DeGrom.
Looked to me like he had the right idea with the swing on that pitch. He just didn't get the bat to the zone in time.
I believe that's 5. We'll check on that later. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Ed Delahanty. Singled his first time.
1-2 now as Edmonds fouled off. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. Swing and a miss on the
Another strikeout for DeGrom. 6 strikeouts through 3 2/3.
Always a confidence boost when you can sit down the guys at the top of the lineup.
Mike Schmidt.
Into the box now, Mike Schmidt. 2-1. Just off the inside part of the plate, it's 3-1.
Team's been struggling on offense. Let your D work for you right here. Pound the zone.
And he fouls this one off. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. And this one misses for ball 4.
Schmidt walks with 2 outs here in the 4th.
Base runner.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving one up where he can really hurt you.
And that'll bring up the Sacramento product, Reese Hoskins.
Chuck Klein, 2 outs here. 2-1 count from DeGrom.
2-2.
This is what you get fired up for right here. Hard fastball against a power hitter. I know he was late right there, but if he comes back,
Just misses.
he might not come back.
Full count. Real Muto on deck. The payoff from DeGrom.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way.
Gets away from him.
To lose the feel here as that misses for ball 4, and that's back-to-back walks now with 2 away.
Oh man, I think this walk is going to grind at him for a bit. He just missed, and now the inning continues with the man in scoring position.
Next, here is JT Realmuto. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. Here it is.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to.
23 pitches for DeGrom in this inning alone. 2-1 to Real Muto.
Here's the 2-1. And a fastball, but he's losing it a bit here to 3-1 now.
2 on, 2 out with a base open here as a pitcher. You have to be awful careful. You just don't want to groove something here. Give this guy a pitch and he can hit one out of the park on it.
This one should be caught by Conforto to end the inning. DeGrom gets out of a jam. He walks a pair. Still no scores. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Phillies and Mets here on late night. Every Friday night at 11:30 Central. Jose Reyes, the batter. 1-2 count from Roberts.
Breaking ball there is down. Good job of laying off. It's back to 2-2. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the
Reyes down on strikes.
What I like about that strikeout, guys, is that he came back with a fastball on 2-2. He was heading to count 0-2 earlier, but instead of continuing to nibble a little bit, he decided to get aggressive again and to challenge with his hard stuff.
Here's Pete Alonso, the polar bear, as it were.
Again now, Pete Alonso. Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2.
Hey, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, that's right where you want to miss. Any lower, and he'll probably make you pay for it.
Number 37.
Victorino makes the play. 2 away for Piazza. So I'll explain how this whole wheel thing is going to work this weekend. I don't know if I'm going to do it tomorrow or Sunday, but we're going to put all 32 teams on the wheel, and we're going to spin it until there's one left. I mean, I don't know if we're going to spin 31 times. I think what we'll do is we'll because I mean that could take an hour. We're probably going to spin a division, and then we'll spin the teams within that division. So, I mean, I've been thinking about this for a couple of days. It keeps changing in my head, but basically what's going to happen is one team is going to be awarded a 6-0 record for next week. Piazza draws a 2-out walk.
They haven't been able to register a hit against this guy, but at least they have a base runner here. We'll see if that leads to something.
So a runner at first with 2 away, and up next, the left-handed hitting Michael Conforto. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. The corner here, so he's behind 3-1. Hitters count all the way. Here it comes.
Conforto draws a walk. So both pitchers struggling with walks here in the fourth. Nobody's been able to score. That's with 2 on, 2 out for Jeff McNeil. Did I take that back? This is Edgardo Alfonso. 2 on, 2 out, 1-1 count to Alfonso. McNeil on deck.
Here's the 1-1. Up high, 2-1 now.
Hey, lots of guys get too aggressive in a spot like this, but he's done a nice job of gaining some count leverage. Look for him to put the ball in play hard.
Called strike that time, and it's even at 2-2.
Well, he snapped that breaking ball off really nice. He'll do well to keep putting it there.
McCann over at second. Conforto on at first with 2 down. Now a fastball as he just reared up.
Strikeout ends the inning.
The inning is over. 2 left Flushing, Queens. Before we get back to baseball, let's check in with Heidi.
Matt, I had a chance to catch up with manager Joe Girardi during the commercial break about the Phillies offense, and flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. Despite the fact that they've yet to push a run across, the game is still tied, and the pitch count for their opposition is really getting up there. They think that making him work as hard as he has is going to pay off later in the game, and that they just need to stick to the process.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Striding in is Freddie Galvis. Struck out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late.
All right, Jimmy Rollins leading off the fifth. No score here from Citi Field. Phillies and Mets. The late night with the Utopian baseball universe. We come to you every Friday night at 11:30 Central.
Now a fastball swung on and missed, and it's full 3-2.
I can't imagine in a hitter's meeting today, that's the pitch they want to attack. Plus velocity up and in. It's going to be too tough to get the barrel to that pitch today.
And a good eye here as he takes ball.
Another walk for DeGrom.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run across yet. So maybe
Gary Maddox, the batter.
So the next hitter to dig in will be Andrew McCutcheon. He's 0 for 1 thus far. The 2-1 home is laid off up for ball number 3.
Got to find a way to get back in the zone. I know you're in danger of losing both to walks, but certainly don't miss over the heart of the plate and have this guy gap one, or even worse, hit a 2-run homer.
He's set. Here's the 3-1. And boy,
Another walk.
as well. It's back-to-back walks to start out the inning. So now time will be called as we're going to get a visit from the pitching coach here as he'll hope to settle his guy down. The batter will be Robin Roberts.
2-1, nobody out for Roberts here in the fifth. No score.
Here it comes on 1-1.
Lays down a good one.
Pitcher to move his runners as he puts this one down.
So Roberts does his job. Sack, bunt, second and third, one out. Juan Samuel, the batter.
And that'll bring up Gene Segura. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one.
2-2 count to Samuel. Chance to give the Phillies a lead here in the fifth.
Set. Here's the 2-2.
Just missed.
So you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Ready with the payoff pitch. Now a slider here.
Another walk for DeGrom.
And it's ball 4.
And with first base open, the last thing he wanted to do was give him something to hit in the heart of the zone.
So the Phillies have the bases loaded.
Into the box, number 37. He's 0 for 2 thus far.
Shane Victorino, the batter. There's only one out here.
Loaded with only one out.
3-2 count to Victorino.
Pulled toward right center field.
This should be deep enough to score a run. Dykstra makes the play. Sack fly for Victorino makes it 1-0 Philly.
Got his job done there and made it look pretty simple. Got it into the outfield.
So walks have been the difference tonight. Here's Delahante, 1 for 2 with a single.
We'll see what he can do here with a pair of runners on base and 2 gone here in the 5th. All over that one, but a little out in front. Foul ball. Looking to keep this a 1-run game in the pitch. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. Just missed with the 2-2 count, and it runs full now.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
And he misses again.
Oh, another walk for DeGrom.
Letting him down now. It's ball 4.
He's at 104 pitches here in the fifth.
Pitcher. He's definitely wondering, where the heck was that pitch? I think he called it high, but our strike zone says otherwise.
Mike Schmidt with the bases loaded here.
Mike Schmidt, one of the
2
bigger
outs.
spots in the ball game so far. Bases juiced now with 2 away. The set and the 1-1. And here's a fastball, not close as he runs it to 2-1 now.
It often becomes harder to hit the zone when the pressure starts to heat up.
And there's ball 3 on a breaking ball that misses away.
You fight so hard to get into the
This is so unlike DeGrom.
You can't let this pitch get away from you. You have to keyhole something middle of the plate.
And that's in there on the hands. 3-2 now. Pitches
Popped up. That should end the inning.
has a play. And they'll avoid the big
Alfonso
inning.
makes the play. You got to wonder if that's it for DeGrom. He's well over 100 pitches through 5. Mets still looking for their first hit. Phillies lead at 1-0.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, during the break, I caught up with the Mets manager to discuss his thoughts on his club's offense so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They've already worked out 3 walks, so he feels as though that kind of willingness to let the opposition work themselves into trouble will continue to result in good things for them on the scoreboard.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Set down for the bottom of the 5th.
All right. Jeff McNeil leads off the 5th facing Robin Roberts.
The 1-1 home is looked at for ball number 2. The 2-1.
I know that fastball registered at about 92, 93, but I guarantee you it looked about 4 to 5 miles an hour faster than that for this offensive player. After coming off a curveball, the old push
Lenny Dykstra on deck.
being used.
3-2 pitch. Did out towards second. Segura fields it cleanly, and that's the first down. So here's Brandon Nimmo. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. 1 out, nobody on. To Shura. In time to first, and there were 2 away.
All right, let's see what Davy Johnson does here.
J.D. Davis.
All right, J.D. Davis is going to pinch hit for DeGrom.
The base is empty.
DeGrom's night is over. 5 innings, 1 earned.
Line hard.
Davis to deep left. Caught at the wall by Maddox.
Fair to say, oh my goodness, that these folks are not headed for a career on Broadway. The 3 of us are back after this message and a word from our local station. Carlos Carrasco takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
All right, Ron Darling going to pitch the 6th for the Mets. facing Chuck Klein to lead off the sixth. Phillies lead at 1-0. Sac fly in the fifth by Shane Victorino. That's it. Jacob deGrom was erratic tonight. We'll look at the box score later. I believe he walked 8. Darling strikes out Klein, 1 away.
There's nothing like seeing a good power pitcher that has a good fastball. What does he do? He just throws this good fastball right by, brings the express. No chance to put that ball in play.
To the plate now, JT Realmuto. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Some action out in the bullpen, couple of right-handers.
Seth Lugo and Tim Keefe warming in the bullpen for the Mets. Trailing 1-0 here in the sixth.
And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1.
Jimmy Rollins on deck.
Is on deck.
Late night with the Utopian baseball universe. Want to thank everyone watching. Hundreds of you.
Now here's your check swing, and they appeal down to first. No swing. So that's
Darling
ball.
with his first walk.
He almost got him to commit there. As we take another look at it in slow motion, he comes awfully close to breaking that plane, but he was able to hold back. Strong wrist, and he gets a trip to first because of it.
1-1 count to Rollins.
Over to first, and he just manages to get his hand in. Realmuto stands at first with 1 out. So now to the plate, Freddie Galvis. And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2. Previous battles with Carlos Carrasco, he's 1 for 4. Throw over to first, just keeping him close. Runners on first with 1 down. He's running. Broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. And he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out.
And you know, guys, if this bat doesn't break, it's probably a double play ball, but that just wasn't happening here. Good job to make sure it won, though.
Into the box, Andrew McCutcheon fouled off. The set and the 2-2. And this one
Darling gets Maddox on strikes to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the sixth here at Citi Field.
left for Philadelphia.
Phillies 1, Mets nothing. Jose Reyes is 0 for 2.
Comes Francisco Lindor to the plate.
Mets still looking for their first hits tonight. Remember, Maddox had a no-hitter against the Mets through 7.
Soft liner toward first, but no
Broken up by a Darryl Strawberry double. That was about a week or so ago.
Next for the Mets, Jonathan Villar, as he'll dig into the left-handed batter's box.
Yeah, this is his power side, Pat. Definitely quite a bit more pop in his bat, swinging left-handed.
Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes here.
You have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do
Strikeout for Roberts.
Looking at either a bruised shin or a ground out to the left side.
So he chased out of the strike zone on that one. Jonathan Villar goes down for the second out here in the bottom.
We've had a couple of late no-hitter bids on the network this year. Brandon Woodruff carried one into the 7th. Maddox carried one into the 8th. And Roberts is going to carry one into the 7th.
Seventh inning ready to roll, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Robin Roberts. The 1-1. Popped him up. McCann over to his left. One down. Gene Segura standing in. Previous battles with Carlos Carrasco. He's gone 5 for 13. He also has 1 home run. Bases are empty, 1 man out. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. But that'll hit off the wall in left center. And he is in at second base with a 1-out double.
When you're leading by 1 run, you want to do everything you can to add to the lead and give your bullpen a little breathing room. It makes a big difference. So double here goes a long way towards making that a real possibility.
Here's Jimmy Rollins.
At the plate, number 37. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1. Segura leads off second with 1 gone in the inning.
I apologize once again. This is Victorino. Shane Victorino, the batter.
And he takes ball 3, so it's a full count now.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters. So you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
Pulled toward right center field. Nimmo is back.
Dykstra makes the play.
For route number 2.
2 outs, man on second. Ed Delahanty's 1 for 2.
And that will bring up Bryce Harper. The 1-1. 2 out here and a runner at second. All even now, 2-2. And that misses there, so he runs the count full now. Mike Schmidt would be next if they can keep this inning alive. Chop weakly to the left. And another foul ball. Hit down the line at first.
Darling gets out of it. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time here at Citi Field. Robin Roberts tossed a no-hitter last season. Phillies have 2 no-hitters in the Utopian. Steve Carlton threw the first ever no-hitter. Tall task, though. Mike Piazza is going to lead off the inning, followed by Michael Conforto and Edgardo Alfonso. Piazza, base hit. First hit for the Mets is a single for Mike Piazza. very much still in this game. The Mets are only trailing by one. Michael Conforto, 1-1 count from Roberts.
Can't deny the fact that he's pitched a heck of a game, but from an offensive standpoint, he never stopped grinding to get a crooked number up on that board.
Neris and Lidge warming up for Philadelphia. 2-1 count to Kid Conforto. Alfonso on deck. Playable for Victorino. Makes the play. Edgardo Alfonso is 0 for 2. Just foul. 1-2 to Alfonso.
Good hard sinker, but he lays off to even things at 2-2. And through 6 1/3, he's about to hit the 100 pitch mark now.
Hey, you know, Manny, this is all you can ask for as a manager in today's game in baseball. Very rarely can you
Deep right field. Delahanty makes the play at the wall. 2 outs for McNeil. 0 for 2 tonight.
so far, this has been a terrific outing for this guy. Throwing well, keeping his pitches to a minimum, locating his fastball to both sides of the plate, good command of the off-speed pitches, very little traffic on the bases. So far, he couldn't have drawn up to be any better than he has been so far in this one.
McNeil down on strikes, ends the 7th. The no-hitter is over. The shutout remains. Phillies lead at 1-0 after 7. Mike Schmidt. Ron Darling, his 3rd inning of work for the Mets. He'll be in the booth tomorrow night on TBS. Brian Anderson and Ron Darling take care of a Saturday night main event for us.
Here now the 2-2. Fouled away. The 2-2 one more time. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
Schmidt to deep left. Caught by McNeil. Chuck Klein is 1 for 2 with a single.
Slow roller left side. And that's the second out.
2 away here in the 8th. JT Realmuto 0 for 2 with a walk. It's called a great game behind the plate. Phillies lead 1-0 here in the 8th. 1-2 count. Darling looks into Piazza.
Not shocked he took it. Got to calibrate that one for a second.
And he fouls this one off. A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. On the ground is second for Baez. Scooped up.
Ron Darling completes his 3rd scoreless inning for the Mets.
Phillies down in order.
Bottom of the 8th. All pitching tonight. 8-9-1. I'd imagine we'll see a pinch hitter for Darling. Lenny Dykstra leads off the eighth. He's 0 for 2, a pair of ground outs. Robin Roberts still on the hill for Philadelphia. He's given up one hit. A Mike Piazza single. Caught by Schmidt. All right, this is Keith Hernandez. Keith Hernandez with one out here in the eighth, facing Robin Roberts.
2 balls and a strike. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there.
Neris and McGraw now warming for the Phillies. 2-1 to Hernandez. Slaps it foul.
And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. This is flared right back.
Keith Hernandez, professional hitter. 1 out pinch hit single represents the tying run. 7 strikeouts for Roberts.
And the first one didn't do any damage, so he's not sweating this one at all. They haven't been able to string anything together.
And that'll bring in the switch hitting Francisco Lindor.
Jose Reyes 0 for 3 tonight.
No, he's not, Matt. This lineup has had no answer for their opponent on the mound so far.
Guillorme, a runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Pretty well struck high.
Deep left field.
McCutchen going back.
Maddox makes the play.
Makes the catch. So it's a runner at first.
All right, David Wright.
Switch hitter Jonathan Villar will be the next to bat. Swing and a liner.
Right in the left, a base hit.
Tried there, but he comes up a bit short as this is in the left center. The base hit.
Mets are going to have 2 on with 2 out for Pete Alonso. 3rd hit for the Mets.
Up next, the power bat of Pete Alonso. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind him because
0 for 3 with a grounded out his last time. He's got a 1-1 count from Roberts.
Go-ahead runs on base.
2 on, 2 outs here in the 8th.
And it's fouled away. Timing just to tick off
Sliced
there as
foul.
this one's fouled off to the right. One and two count. Here's the pitch. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
it looked like he tried to get him to chase on that pitch there, 1-2. A good idea, but I think now he has to challenge him a little bit. He doesn't want to get into a worse situation with the cleanup guy up next.
Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full. 3
Alonso's worked a full count here, 3 and 2.
This has been the
2 outs, 2
so
on.
far.
Mets trailing 1-0 here in the 8th. Mike Piazza on deck.
possible tying
Roberts looks into Real Muto. The pitch.
Now a ball hit
Alonso to deep left field. Maddox looks up. That's out of here, folks. Pete Alonso with a 3-run homer here in the 8th to give the Mets a 3-1 lead.
a 3-run shot down the line in left. As they've taken the lead, it's 3-1.
Pete Alonso. L F G M. That's it for Roberts.
Manager on his way out to the mound now. And a change is forthcoming as that's going to do it for his starter here this evening.
He was brilliant through 6.
So he'll exit after a good 7 2/3, but he'll also be on the hook for the L unless things get turned around here. Sam Coonrod enters here looking to get the final out before the 9th inning.
All right, this is going to be Steve Bedrosian.
Stepping in now, James McCann. 2-2 to the Mets catcher.
That's a great pitch right there. Great execution. He just got that hitter to think that pitch was knee high. Nasty diving out of the zone.
3 runs already home here. And a full count for James McCann. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And he misses ball 4, so he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man.
Piazza draws a 2-out walk.
You're hoping that the hitter is thinking fastball. It swings through.
Michael Conforto, the batter.
He lays off and gets the free pass.
So it's a runner at first with 2 men out. And up next, the left-handed hitting Michael Conforto. The 3-2 pitch. Freezes him.
Conforto down on strikes, inning over. Mets get 3. Here's another look at it.
But the Mets strike for 3, all coming courtesy of this 3-run home run. Last chance coming up for the Fighting Phillies. It's now 3-1 Mets. Edwin Diaz comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the 9th.
All right, John Franco coming on for the Mets.
All set to start
8-9-1 for the Phillies.
the former Philly shortstop Freddie Gallo.
Or I take that back. 7-8-9 Rollins
Playing on the road, not an easy thing to do.
leads it off.
Or bunch hits together off of a closer.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2. Now here's the pitch.
Back-to-back sliders in on the hands. He didn't handle it real well at all on the previous pitch, so why not come right back with it again? Better job of laying off that one, though.
2-2 to Rollins.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. And a swing and a miss.
Franco gets Rollins on strikes, 1 away.
When your closer comes in and strikes out the first guy he faces, everyone on the team can kind of take a deep breath.
Gary Maddox, the batter.
But retiring that leadoff guy,
0 for 2 with a walk.
when you're trying to shut a
Mets
game
lead
down.
it 3-1. Robin Roberts had a no-hitter through 6 tonight. Surrendered a big 3-run homer to Pete Alonso in the 8th.
Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1.
A 3-1 count, timed run on deck. Good spot to be a
Bedrosian due up. The Phillies will pinch hit for him as Maddox draws a walk. This is going to bring up the tying run for Philadelphia. We'll see what Manuel does here.
Scott Kingery will be called upon here to hit with the game on the line. McCutcheon.
Greg Luzinski batting for the Phillies here in the 9th.
Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss.
Now, this is a perfect example of why this manager feels so confident going to this beast in the 9th right here.
Gets him.
He is throwing absolute
Luzinski down on strikes. Phillies down to their last out.
So he sets him down swinging. Scott Kingery goes down for out number 2.
Juan Samuel's 1 for 3. He doubled his last time. 2 outs and a man on first. John Franco on the mound for the Mets. 3-2 count to Samuel. Everybody on their feet here. The pitch.
Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Philly down to their last strike. Hit back up the middle.
Base hit.
He'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game. And the throw
Second hit for Samuel. Phillies stay alive. Escaping 2 gloves on the way to center field. Pinch runner is Larry Boa. Shane Victorino, the batter. Another 3-2 count. Ball game over, folks. The Mets win it. John Franco with the save. Ron Darling gets the win. Robin Roberts made 1 mistake tonight. Had a no-hitter through 6. Piazza broke that up. Pete Alonso with a big 3-run homer. Each team with only 4 hits tonight. Take a look at some of the highlights here as the Mets win 3-1 here on Late Night with the Utopian Baseball Universe. Expos and Orioles Sunday morning, presented by Out of the Park, Sunday Morning Baseball. I'm sure you'll see me in some way, shape, or form this weekend on camera. Final score from Citi Field tonight, Mets 3, Phillies 1. Stick around for an abbreviated post-game show. We'll take a look at the box score. Curious to see how many folks Jacob deGrom walked tonight. Player of the game, Pete Alonso, 3-run homer in the 8th. Juan Samuel had a pair of hits tonight, including a double. Robin Roberts, 7 2/3, 7 strikeouts. deGrom tonight, 5 innings, 6 strikeouts, 6 walks. I thought both of those totals were a little bit higher. Ron Darling, the winner. John Franco takes the loss, or gets the save, I should say. Once again, the final. Mets 3, Phillies 1. See you Sunday morning, folks.